For this video, our problem is 3 identical black balls, 4 identical red balls, and 5 identical white balls are to be arranged in a row. Find the number of ways that this can be done if all the balls with the same color do not form a single block. That would mean that any arrangement where those balls with the same color are mixed with the others, okay, so they do not form a single block. How do we attack this problem, and how is this related to the principle of inclusion and exclusion? First and foremost, to answer this problem, let's think of the what is asked. Number of ways for all the balls with the same color that do not form a single block. What if we turn it around and we try to solve first the number of ways where those balls with the same color will form a single block, and then later on remove that from the total number of arrangements, regardless of whether those arrangements are forming a single block or arrangements that are not forming a single block. Because once we remove those total of ways that those balls of the same color are forming a single block, then definitely the result will be a number of ways that all of those balls with the same color do not form a single block. That's the idea here. Now next, how is this related to the principle of inclusion and exclusion? Here comes the situation if we're going to solve for a number of ways that the colors of the same ball, or the balls of the same color rather, will form a single block. Okay? If we're talking about those with one characteristic alone, let's say only those group of black balls forming a single block, then if we talk about what if two sets of colors are forming a single block, let's say the black ones and the red ones are also forming a single block, we are actually counting the number of ways that the 3 identical black balls are forming a single block, because it's already counted for the first group with only possessing the characteristic of the same the arrangement of forming a single block for the black balls. And it's also counted to the number of ways having 2 properties, the properties with having a single block for all black balls and single block for all red balls. That is why we are using here inclusion and exclusion. At the same time, we're also going to talk about how about if the 3 sets of colors are also forming. So we're going to look into that perspective. Now, let's consider A, okay, as the set of arrangements. Again, our target here, our attack is on forming a single block. Okay, arrangement of black balls forming a single block. So we will attack here with all of these groups are forming single blocks. Again, we're going to count all of them, and then together with the idea of inclusion and exclusion, and remove the result from the total. Okay, let us say B as the set. I'm doing it like this so that we will be saving time. We are now on red balls. Okay, so I'm here, red balls forming a single block. And how about C as the set of arrangement of, let's say, white balls forming a single block. Okay, so we have identified here set A, B, and C for that manner. So our point here is, when we talk about forming single blocks, this is where the principle of inclusion and exclusion is applicable, because we would like here the number of ways where all, okay, or number of ways where there are groups of colors forming a single block. So we are going to add the cardinality for A only for the single block for black balls, the cardinality of B, the number of ways for having a single block for red balls, and for C having a single block for the white balls. But we're going to subtract the intersection as mentioned earlier. What if our 2 sets of colors, we have the black balls and the red balls, are also forming single blocks? They do not combine with the white balls. Since we're already counting them with the perspective of the single block of the red and black balls, so we are going to subtract them. Similarly, for the intersection of A and C and the intersection of B and C. And finally, we're going to add the intersection of all, because this might have been removed in the process when we remove all of these three groups here, because if we say that all the three sets of colors for balls are forming single blocks, they are also counted for the intersections. Okay, so we're going to add them up. Now, how do we identify the cardinality of A? As mentioned in the previous videos as well, it's good that we know the principle of inclusion and exclusion. It's good that we know how to apply it. But the very basic concern is, how do we identify the cardinality of each set? Previously, we talked about a set having countable elements. We also have a set for positive divisors. They're actually stated the number of terms or elements or their cardinality differ from how they are described. So in this manner, if we talk about the cardinality of A forming a single block for black balls, so we need to identify the number of ways for this as well. How do we identify that? Take note, we are forming one block for black balls. There are actually how many of them? Here, there are 3 black balls, 4 red balls, and 5. So 3, I'm going to note here, 3 black balls, 4 red balls, and then 5 white balls. However, if we talk about these 3 balls being in a single block, and since they're all identical, there's no distinction as to how do we arrange them, we'll be counting them once. In short, for this situation, there are only 10 elements here. The 1 block for black balls, 4 red and white balls, and 5 white balls rather. Now, how do we identify this? This is actually an example of permutation multi-set, right? So since we have here, this is how we describe n factorial over n sub 1 factorial, n sub 2 factorial, n sub 3 factorial. We have only 3 groups now, this, that, and here. So that would mean we have here 10 factorial for A. This is for the cardinality of A. Take note, it's defined and described differently. So you have here 1 group for the single block of black balls. We have 4 red balls and 5 white balls, which could be arranged differently. Okay, because we have here identical items, so we're using here the permutation multi-set. And since order matters, so we'll be using the permutation multi-set. So 10 factorial is actually equal to 3,628,800 to be divided by 4 factorial times 5 factorial and times 1 factorial, which is equal to 1. That's 2,880. So the cardinality of A is the ratio of this 3,628,800 to be divided by the answer. You're actually getting 1,260 ways to arrange these balls, considering that the 3 black balls are forming 1 block. Okay, now that's for the cardinality of A. How about the cardinality of B? Take note, this is for forming a single block for red balls. Using this perspective, the 3 blacks will now 3 black balls can now be rearranged, but the 4 red balls will be counted as 1 because they should form a single block. They are treated as 1 item. Then the 5 white balls could also be rearranged. Now, in short, how many n? What is now our n for this situation? We only have actually 8 as our n because we counted this. 9 rather. We counted that group of single block of red balls being 1. So 9. In short, we have here for the cardinality of B using the same formula as the top. So you have 9 factorial over 3 factorial for black balls, 1 factorial for the single block of red balls, and 5 factorial for the 5 white balls. So 9 factorial is actually equal to 362,880 to be divided by the product of 3 factorial times 1, because 1 factorial is just equal to 1, times 5 factorial. You will get here 720. In the ratio of that, 362,880 divided by the answer, you have 504 ways. Now, next, for C, as forming a single block for all 5 white balls. So again, 3 black balls will be now rearranged. 4 black balls could also be rearranged. But the 5 white balls Sorry, the second one is actually red. Okay. And the 5 white balls will be treated as one item because they should form a single block. So our n here is actually 8. 1 plus 3 plus 4. So we have here the cardinality of C is 8 factorial over. You will have here 3 factorial for blue, 4 factorial for your red, times 1 factorial for the single block of white balls. 8 factorial is equal to 40,320 over 3 factorial times 4 factorial times 1 is 144. So 40,320 divided by the answer, you will get here 280. Now, these are the number of ways that will be implemented in our formula here. But that is not enough because, as mentioned, some of the arrangements are counted multiple times. Say, for example, as mentioned, if you have an arrangement of one single block of black balls and one single block of red balls and the white are just rearranged somewhere, this is counted for A. This is also counted for B. They are counted multiple times. Hence, we'll be subtracting the intersections. Let me use the second page here, another page for the intersection. Okay, let's talk about the intersection of A and B. This is where we are forming one single block for black balls and another single block for red balls, where the white, again, could be rearranged anywhere. It might be here, might be somewhere here as well. You can rearrange them anywhere. Take note, as a review, you have 3 black balls, 4 red balls, and 5 white balls. And still the formula is n factorial over the number of identical elements, in this case balls. So for A intersection B, we're treating them as 1, treating this as 1. So our n here is now equal to 6. Take note of that very important change here. So we're going to continue. We will have here 6 factorial. Sorry, 1, 2, 3. So it's not 6, it's actually 7. My bad. So you have 7 factorial over 1 factorial for a single block of black balls, 1 factorial for a single block of red balls, and 5 factorial here. So 7 factorial is just equal to 5,040. Your 5 factorial is 120 rather. So 5,040, divide that, you will get here 42 number of ways. In short, this 42 number of ways are the duplicates for these 2. There are 42 arrangements that are counted in both of them. That's why we'll be subtracting that. Okay? Let's continue. How about for A intersection C? So again, this is for the black balls forming a single block, and you have here the white. So our 3 black balls will be counted as 1. 4 red balls now are free. 5 white balls are also counted as 1. This is where our n is equal to 6. Okay, 1 plus 4 plus 1. So we'll have here the cardinality of A intersection C is 6 factorial over 1 factorial times 4 factorial times 1 factorial. So 6 factorial is, this is where you will get 720. Okay, you may correct it. Okay, over 4 factorial, which is 24. So 720 divided by 24 is actually equal to 30. Okay, continue. For the intersection of B and C, this is where we will have the single block for white balls and red balls, and also rearrange them because order matters here as well. Here's short. The 3 black now is now free. The 4 red is treated as 1. The 5 white is now treated as 1. So our n here is 5. So the cardinality of the intersection of B and C is 5 factorial over 3. Sorry. 3 factorial, 1 factorial, 1 factorial. 5 factorial is 120. Divide by 6. You will get here a result which is just equal to 20 here. So we are done with the intersections now, but our formula needs one more intersection. That's for the intersection of all 3. Okay, this is where all of those 3 are having this our 3 sets of colors are forming a single block. Do we still need to use this formula here? Take note, we do not. Take note of that because our 3 black balls are counted as 1. Our 4 red balls are now counted as 1. Our 5 white balls are now counted as 1. We don't need to use the permutation multi-set because this is where there are duplicates of the same color, in this case ball. But they are not counted as ones. So simply take the 3 factorial, the number of ways to arrange 3 in a row. Because they are treated as 1, right? So say for example, the block of black balls, the block of red balls, the block of white balls. So simply rearrange them without breaking those single blocks. So that's 3 factorial, which is equal to 6. Now that we are done with the entirety of this, so we can now subtract or combine them. Take note, we are still on the idea of number of ways where the balls of the same color are forming a single block, but the item we are looking for is do not form a single block. So we are yet to look into its complement, but still we are almost there. So cardinality of A, cardinality of B, cardinality of C, minus cardinality of A intersection B. So we also have here minus A intersection C minus the cardinality of B intersection C, and we add here the cardinality of the intersection of 3. Now let's proceed here. A is 1260 plus 504 plus our C is here 280 minus the intersection of A and B 42 minus B and A and C 30 minus B and C 20 plus 6 as the intersection of all. Okay, you have 1260 plus 504 plus 280 minus 42 minus 30 minus 20 plus 6. You will have your result of 1958 ways. But what are these ways again? These are number of ways of arranging those sets of balls where they form a single block. Okay, forming a single block, regardless of whether it's just the block of black balls, the block of white balls, the block of red balls, or a combination of block of red balls and block of white balls, or even the rest. These are the number of ways. Now, let's look into the item we're looking for. Do not form. If we say do not form, it's the complement. So we need to find the total number of ways. So how do we find the total number of ways arranging all of these balls into one row? Now, that arrangement doesn't really require for some to be grouped together, etc. Just simply arranging them. So that's actually just a pure permutation multi-set. But our n here would be the entirety of this. So we'll have here our n factorial over n sub 1 factorial, n sub 2 factorial, n sub 3 factorial. Our n is the sum of this. So 3 plus 4 plus 5, that's 12. 12 factorial over 3 black balls, 4 red balls, and 5 white balls. So 12 factorial is actually 479,001,600 over the result of this 3 factorial times 4 factorial times 5 factorial is actually 6 times 24 times 120, so 17,280. The ratio of that, 479,001,600 divided by the answer, you will get here 27,720 ways. All in all, regardless of whether some groups of balls are forming a single block or others do not. Now, these are the number of ways, and we are asked about the number of ways where there are no single blocks for any color. So that's actually equal to 2,770 minus the number of ways of forming that, 1,958. The result is our intended answer. So yeah, it's very long, but basically we're able to arrive to the answer, 25,762 ways of arranging these 12 balls with having the same identical colors. They're identical and also having the same color. So you can see, we're able to use here the principle of inclusion and exclusion, but also relate it to the number of ways of arranging identical items in a row using the permutation multiset, and the idea of using the complement where the problem allows us to do that. So that's it for this item, and we'll have more examples for principle of inclusion and exclusion. Thank you very much for watching.